Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Panda. We've been waiting for food since yesterday, and still there's no food in the fridge, as you can see. There's no food. Still. This is why this community refrigerator is a hit and miss if you're vegan. So, take this early morning experience with a grain of salt, everyone. I'm Panda, and I'm a homeless documentarian journalist, photographer, YouTuber, activist, consultant, and I'm spending just like this for the last 3 years, man. So with that said, everyone, times are rough, but at age 46, there's only certain things you can do. But yeah, so I'm just live streaming right now to show where I am. I'm on Nassau Avenue here in Brooklyn, New York, and we are experiencing a food shortage in New York City. And I was saying yesterday how New York City can fund every other program, right? But they can't fund to feed the homeless. So with that said, everyone, just another day waiting on the community fridge. Once again, we have to eat. I didn't take my meds last night. So let's hope that I can take my meds this morning. Because I have a heart condition and I have stage 2 asthma, so I gotta take it easy. But I might check into the hospital today because I'm still having some chest pains. So I just wanted to confirm with my doctor. I left him an email this morning. Hopefully he responds on time because I'm going to the courthouse today. So wish me luck at the courthouse, everyone, because this guy that stole my lens, he needs to be served justice. So, so please, ladies and gentlemen, don't be lazy. Read the title of this video. It's right there. So, no excuses that you don't know what the title of this video and what we are talking about. The title of this video is in the descriptions. It's right there before you even click on the video. So with that said, everyone, please do subscribe, like, and share if you like real world events. This channel doesn't bring the soft belly of what you have or you think you will see in New York City. I'm bringing you raw and real uncut footage live. Last night we just saw someone defecated right here in front of the refrigerator. That was disgusting. Yeah, that was last night, and everyone was freaking out. Like, what? Right? Yeah, it was crazy. I know. But with that said, everyone, this is called a community refrigerator. This community refrigerator, and like others, right, are meant to replace food pantries in New York City. But just the other day, we went to the Williamsburg Music Hall, and they shut that community refrigerator down because of the ongoing problems they've been having with homelessness and, soliciting and, trespassing. So it's been a conflict. So, and they just took out another community refrigerator somewhere in Hamilton, New York, Brooklyn, somewhere in Brooklyn. Yeah. And it was on the news that why are community refrigerators dying out now when they just started this community refrigerator back in 2020? Why are they dying? So, yeah, it's a big concern for New Yorkers and those that live in New York City that are on a budget that do not have the necessary finances to literally buy groceries. So, it's almost 7 o'clock in the morning, and I do this almost every morning, emphasizing the point of survival and homelessness. So, with that said, everyone, where's my credentials? See, I'm dropping the Maven filter cap again. I'm always dropping that thing. So, as a journalist and as a documentarian in the city, you see my credentials? Good. No excuses, don't know who you are, friend. The title describes. Please read the title. If you can't read the title, I suggest you may want to go seek something else. But as I said, this is a very important topic because New York City is, mind you, its migrant issue, it has become worse and worse. Now you have young migrant children in packs robbing people in Central Park, Prospect Park, Hamilton Park. Now they're making their way out to McLaren Park. Really? Yeah, there was just a robbery here last night in McLaren Park. Guy was walking his dog, and these, mind you, 3 Mexican thugs, I'm calling them Mexican thugs, or migrant thugs, sorry, my Mexican people. Just calling them migrant thugs, because they're not even Mexican. I apologize. Migrant thugs. Robbed the guy and tried to take his, mind you, why would you try to take someone's dog? What is wrong with you people today? Someone tried to take, and mind you, the police are still in the park. It's crazy, man. And guess what? They were just shooting a movie over here yesterday in the same location in the soccer field. Are you kidding me? This is why, ladies and gentlemen, we as Americans have to do something. And honestly, I do not like both parties, Democrat or Republican. They all make things worse. The Biden administration made this terribly a really bad year in the last 2 years. Are you kidding me, man? I'm sorry to say it that way, ladies and gentlemen, but Biden, you screwed up, friend. You made not just New Yorkers, Americans fight harder to defend themselves against these migrants that actually committed their crimes. And we have our own crime problem as we speak as Americans. We already have mind you, we already have a group of people inland, mind you, calling domestic violence and domestic terrorism in this country. We already have that issue. Why do we need more issues? So with that said, everyone, so I didn't vote for no Democrat, as I just said, and explained myself. So you should listen up and stop rambling. That's why you got to get out of here, friend. That's why you got to leave. See ya. Got no time for your political speeches with your bullshit. Mind you, we are all civilians. You act like you know better what's better. If you know what's better, then why are you not running for president? Talking about vote Democrat. That's what you get for voting Democrat. I didn't vote for no Democrat. I didn't vote for Biden. I didn't vote for anyone. That's right, you heard what I just said. I didn't vote for any party because both parties are stupid. And both leaders are fucking delusional. The American people are suffering while these asshats in mind you, in office, playing games Russian roulette with our lives and with our tax dollars. Why should Americans even beg for EBT? It should automatically be given to us. Especially when you worked all your life. And now you gotta ask questions about why you should receive EBT? What kind of question is that from a social worker to ask someone that's been working all day life and now the question arose, why do you need EBT, sir? Or ma'am? You were working a year ago. Well, times are rough. Don't you have savings? This is what they say. Mind you, I used to be a social worker. I used to work in that field. And I would say, I would never ask that question. You have savings, don't you? No. I will always say, listen, if you have a savings, that's good for you, man. I don't even want that information. I need to know what's your agenda behind receiving EBT. Do you really need it? Is there a reason why you have to receive it? I have to ask questions. But the way they go about it here in New York City, it's like, there's a wait list, and mind you, not only a wait list, but now, as you have a migrant issue, yeah, you take those dry beans if you want, man. You gotta cook those, friend. But as we are dealing with this migrant violence and bullshit, we gotta deal with more bullshit when it comes down to housing them too, and dealing with the crime in this city of New York. Like I said, just last night in the McLaren Park, someone tried to rob a person of their dog. Really? That's their dog. That's their best friend. What's wrong with you people? But anyway, folks, good morning. We in Brooklyn, New York. We at Nassau. We in Greenpoint. We at Greenpoint Community Refrigerator. As you can see, there's no food still. We've been waiting here since last night for food. And no one's has, mind you, one woman came by to drop off those beans. Yeah, she came up to drop those beans off. I was like, oh man, you gotta boil those for quite some time. So, but other than that, everyone, I'm just sick and tired of the crime that's going on in this fucking city. Mind you, the police are outnumbered 5-1. Yes, they are. NYPD, mind you, every time NYPD recruits new recruits, 200 officers quit the force. Every day there's a police officer or police officers, male or female, quitting the police force. It's not a good pay. It's not a good pension. It's literally you're putting your life down. You're putting your life on the line for a bunch of civilians that don't want to behave themselves. You got the migrants that think, oh, they can do whatever they do in their country, they can do it here. You know what one migrant said? That in our country, we pick on cops. So they think they have the right to pick on our citizens. Mind you, your police officer, your neighborhood police officer might be your neighbor. Keep that in mind. He might be the neighbor down the street. He might be the cop that you always see walking down and you always say hello to. Because he might be the cool, or she might be the cool guy. Or the cool officer that's supposed to serve and protect us with those taxpayer dollars. So with that said, everyone, think about it. They're civilians too. They want to protect their neighborhoods. Some of these police officers do want to protect their neighborhoods, but not at the rate this is going, because it stresses police officers out too, mentally. It does. It mentally affects police officers. They're gonna get up like, go in the police station, go in the subway, gotta deal with the homelessness and the crime and the migrants, and you gotta find someone that can translate if you don't speak, Espanol. But not all migrants are Espanol. Half of them, mind you guys, no one's talking about this, but 33% of them are Chinese, 24 or 27% of them are Sudanians. It's a mixture of migrants here. Not just South American migrants. There are way more migrants than you expect. And you guys will probably say, why are they Chinese migrants? And I'm saying that too myself, like, why are they? Now, I watched a documentary of a colleague doing the border documentary. And that's when I realized there was Chinese migrants with fancy luggages and fancy shoes and all that fancy stuff, right? And I'm saying to them, they talking about they had a job in China, so they want to come here. It's like, what? But how did you cross the land with all that nice stuff while everyone else doesn't have nice stuff? So I'm going to tag and I'm going to link later the video that I watched. It's kind of not disturbing, but awareness of like who is coming into the country. It's just not South American residents. It's people from all over. But the problem is the migrant issue with some. Now, there are a lot of Sudanians out here. Sudanians that are my color. They're out here. They're not even committing the crimes. They're out here just like watching. I noticed that. The Sudanians are watching. And mind you, they're the ones that are collecting the cans. Like this dude, he's a Sudanian. He just collected cans just now. Yeah. And he out here trying to collect cans. Because now he has to take those cans all the way to the other side of Brooklyn to try to cash them. If he can cash them. And then if he can't cash them, he has to hold on to them until he finds a place where he can cash them. Isn't that messed up? You got to hold on to stuff. But anyway, friends. We here at the community refrigerator waiting for food still. And our country has been overrun by this terrorist of migrants. Ruin our neighborhoods, ruin our city, ruin our way of life, ruin the things that Americans love so dearly. especially us citizens, we love this country dearly, right? And I'm a dual citizen, so I have two passports, an EU and a US. And yet, I am bilingual. And this is why I'm saying this. New York City was built on immigration and always has been, always will be. Everything that you see here was built. But technically, everything that you see here wasn't here 25 years ago. This place used to be a dump. Nothing but, abandoned buildings, abandoned cars, uh, ghost factories, and all types of stuff. Yeah. And now look at it, it's flourished. Now, this school has been here since the 1920s. Yeah, a lot of people don't know the history about this school. It's been here since, it was built in the 1900s. I think it was finished in 1931 or 32. I might be wrong on the year. Yeah, this is the automotive school. This is one of the first public schools in New York City. One of the first public schools for automotive mechanic education. This school here. This is one of the first, and they just put solar panels on this school, school just the other day too. Yeah, they just put solar panels on here, and so I just want to give you guys a little bit of history, but education. And you should do your research before even speaking about something that you're not familiar with, especially those that do not live in New York City, that do not understand the system, how it works. A lot of people think a lot of people really think that you can just come to the city and just get services. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to apply for a state ID. With that state ID, that makes you a citizen, or a resident of New York City. But those state IDs are not cheap, and they're not free all the time. So state IDs are free to those that are chronically homeless. If they lose the ID, that's it. They can never get another one. Now, I have passports. That's government. That overrides any New York City ID, because that is, by definition, you do not own your passport. The government does own your passport. So that is a government document. If anyone destroys a government document, that's a felony. You can receive up to 5 to 10 years in prison and $250,000 fine for destroying government property. I tell police officers, be careful how you destroy state, city, especially state and federal property. Mind you, like a social security number or a birth certificate. That is federal property and state property. You could go to jail. Mind you, even police officers are not aware of this. When you are facing a homeless person and a homeless individual, and you want them to leave the area, or let's say they're camping in front of this place, and the police got a call saying that you've been camping here, people want you to leave. If you don't leave, we come back, we have to confiscate you and arrest you. And this is what happens, especially in Portland. I did a lot of homeless activist work in Portland. If you guys never seen my work in documentaries, I've been a reward. I was invited to several film festivals. And mind you, they're all on my website. All the pictures, all the rewards, all the venues we went to. So in Portland, in Seattle, specifically, Seattle PD and Portland PD will literally confiscate your belongings and throw it all away, including your government documents or your state documents, which is a crime. Punished up to 5 years in prison and up to a $50,000 fine. Destroying state property, federal property. Like I just said, you can go to jail up to 5 to 10 years. Right? Oh, come on, guys, go. I don't want to smell that. Oh, that stinks, man. But anyway, friends, as I was explaining, or tried to explain, dude, it's blocking my view of the community page. But anyway, friends, so with that said, everyone, we're here early in the morning trying to discuss problems and what just happened last night here in McLaren Park. So see, this is why you can't park there, friend. The crime in the city is becoming a nuisance. No one is safe in the streets of New York. Now you have to be very vigilant. Just like last week, I had a confrontation with a guy threatened me with a fake gun that he said he had one. He was threatening, and then he tried to hit me. So I beat him up Mike Tyson style. Told him, well, you hit me, you hurt me, and wanted to call the cops. He wanted someone else to call the cops, so I called the police for him. Twice. And he's shaking, he's nervous. Turns out this guy had a warrant out for his arrest, first and foremost. Yeah, because, mind you, the police asked me to come into the precinct, right, the next day. They said, hey, can you come in? At first I thought I had to surrender because I did assault him. I did have a confrontation. I fought him because when he tried to swing me, after that, he never got a chance to either punch or kick because I was giving him the 1-2 knockout, Mike Tyson style. Don't mess with Panda. But when you threaten someone with a gun in New York City, people are going to be at edge, and people will fucking jump on you, friend. It's a stupid thing to do in New York City mind you, he didn't even have a gun. He was faking, threatening people with fake, mind you, the warrant that he was arrested for, mind you, this is what happened. They said that it was also for another case of assault. He assaulted the same assault, mind you, but that's not the case. The point is, the crime here in New York City and the people are becoming more aggressive and more unpredictable. It's becoming more unpredictable. Now, if you're walking down the street, you never know if someone's going to punch you in the face or not. You just got to be on alert. That's how it is. You got these men walking around here punching men and women in the face in Manhattan. It's insane. You're walking down the street and someone just punches you in the face for no reason. What kind of person wakes up every day and says, I'm going to punch people in the face today? Yeah. I feel great about that. But with that said, everyone, I hope you guys understand the situation in full. I've been waiting at this community center all night. I've been back and forth all night. No, I didn't sleep yet. It might rain today too, so I might have to take cover. But as I was saying, everyone, I didn't sleep yet. I'm just still waiting for food, dude. I gotta survive too, friends. And as someone that's facing, homelessness now, I gotta fucking defend for myself. I don't want help from no system. The system's already broken. The people it's just, mind you, every state system is different. But the system are all the same. It's broken. How you favor one party and not favor everyone? That doesn't make sense. You favor one group of people, but you don't want to participate in helping everyone. For instance, when my migrants came to New York City, they were offered free EBT with no questions asked, and given 1,000 debit cards. $1,000 of debit cards. I'm saying to myself, why wasn't this implemented a long time ago for American homeless or American veterans that served their country, been at war, lost their limbs, fought for their country, and now they facing homelessness or mind you, homelessness, mind you, some veterans have been seeing deportation, like you Latino soldiers that served their country. There are stories of Latino men that served this country and then get deported back to their native country. Isn't that messed up? What a very abusive system America is sometimes. You know this man was born here by default. His parents are from Mexico, but this child was born here. Yes, there's no record of him being born here, but he was born here. Or maybe there was some data or some research that says that he was born here, but they didn't do the paperwork because they were illegal migrants at the time. And now he's an adult, he has legal papers, he got all this, and he still gets deported. You guys should watch that documentary. It goes to show you what America truly is. It's like the Two-Face. of Batman. Two-Face, America. I love this place, but I disagree with it. The way they do things is opposite, like backwards. This is why both parties suck. They're not even thinking about us. It's all about them. They want us to donate to their campaigns. Really? How about you donate to my campaign? I got to go fund me. I'm trying to raise money for legal fees and medical bills. But you want my American dollars to fund your political campaign or your bullshit. This is why I won't vote this year. No, I'm not voting this year. If I miss out the vote and there's a woman president, then maybe I missed out on an iconic event. And most people are going to ask you, did you vote when Harris came to first win president? I'm going to say no. And people are going to say, why? Because at the time, the country was falling apart. Everyone was facing homelessness. Everyone, mind you, I worked for the government in the state, and I still homeless. That goes to show everybody. I used to work for them, and I still end up homeless. So with that said, everyone, you won't be working for them anymore. I guarantee you that. But as I said, everyone, it doesn't make sense that we have to struggle as Americans and dual citizens that pay taxes and pay double taxes and give out all your goddamn money to the man when they can't even tax the rich properly. Why are you still continuing to tax the poor when you don't have anything left? You took everything, and now you want to take more? So with that said, everyone, I think it's just time for us to just wake up to reality and see the true picture of this debacle in America. But as we wait for food, as you can see, I'm going to give up. I'm not going to wait here anymore for food. I've been here all night. I need to lay down. I need to rest. So I'm going to go to the park and try to rest for a little bit, lay down for about an hour or two, maybe lay down in the grass, because I'm tired, man. I've been up all night trying to fucking find food, man. And mind you, I'm broke. I have no money. I spend whatever money I made on YouTube or whatever on legal fees. I got to go to the courthouse today to file a small claims. Someone literally tried to scam me out my lands, and then when me and my ex-wife did a little bit of professional digging using CCAP, because I have tools, mind you, like I said, CCAP is a very special tool, especially when you do background checks on people. And it's so easy to, mind you, people think as a black man, I don't know how to do these things. I have a very well-educated background. Please go to my LinkedIn. I got a certified LinkedIn account, everybody. A certified LinkedIn account. I also got a certified Facebook and a certified Instagram. And people calling me fake and giving me problems, but they can't even speak another language. Sad. Very sad. So with that said, everyone, and also recently, I filled out an application for being a translator here in the U.S. They don't call it the interpreter. Some states do call it the interpreter. Some states call it we need a translator. But Americans use translator. I use the word interpreter because most countries use that, or government or councils and facilities use that word for, as another means of translation, or someone that's been verified to be an interpreter. Someone they can count on and say, hey, you can speak a little bit monk, Thai, panda? Yes. We have a client here. Can you do us a favor? Sure. Yeah. But the courthouse, it's like a hit and miss. You get paid you get paid between $22 to $35 an hour based on the case or whatever they call you up for. It's not always lucrative. But if you have any certification, which I do, this is why I was accepted for the job offer. Well, not job offer, but the opportunity to enroll myself into this, miscellaneous income. because it is miscellaneous income, because it's not permanent. It's not permanent. It's not permanent income or employment. So, with that said, everyone, and someone, mind you, I speak Japanese, a little bit Korean, a little Ponsei, a little bit of monk. If you don't know what monk is, same thing like Thai, Laos, monk. Guchipang kandante, which means like good morning. Guchipang means good morning or hello. Yeah. So, and mind you, I went to the University of the Midwest, and there was a lot of monk. And I dated a monk girl after my second wife, mind you. And her name was Eve, and she was been a victim. She was a victim of American hatred during the pandemic. She was a victim of a rape, murder, and abuse, and left for dead in the park. So when it comes to my mental health, I'm also facing it as well, because we all have mental issues. We all do. We all suffer from mental health at some state, at some point. So with that said, everyone, it says stop and you keep going. Oh my God. I don't know. Drivers in New York City are just not very automational, in my opinion. Right? Kind of reckless. But anyway, folks, we're waiting at the community picture for food still, and I'm gonna end this live stream right now. So if you guys like what you heard this morning, I know it's very early to talk about topics, but I wanted to talk about this because last night someone almost got robbed for their dog. And yes, I'm saying 3 migrants because it has been recorded. It was 3 migrants. The guy literally said 3 migrants because they have those New York City. But here's the thing that you guys, the migrants, don't pay attention to. You have a book bag that says New York City Environmental Food and Services. They all have it. When you try to rob someone of their possessions, and you have possessions, and you have something clearly that identifies who you are and where you came from and how to find you. You book bag, the branding on all the book bags and all those stuff in New York City that provide the migrants with, guess what? That's what they had with them. The guy was explaining to him, the officer, yeah, they got those New York City migrant bags what you get from the shelter. Yeah, I was like, so now they can check out the shelters. Now they're going to check the cameras. Mind you, there is a camera in McLaren Park. And no one noticed it. But yeah, it's a shame that you can't walk down the street in the park without being robbed for your pet. What are you going to try to do? Sell the pet? How are you going to sell the pet? How are you going to sell the dog? People just don't buy dogs like that. People buy puppies. Not grown-ass dogs. They buy puppies. This is how arrogant and stupid these migrants are sometimes. Not all of them. Not all of them are committing crimes now. But you got to think about the scenario of that. Why would you try to rob someone's dog? It's a grown-ass dog. It's not a puppy. You won't even get a top dollar for the dog. You get top dollar for the puppy, but not for a dog, a grown-ass dog. Doesn't make sense why they tried to do that last night. Or then again, it could be the fact that they were fucking drunk, like every fucking night that we experienced the other night as well. 2 fucking drunk migrants came up to me asking me, can they borrow my phone? And I said to them, no, you can use the embassy link book. And they're gonna threaten me and say, I take your phone. I'm like, really? Then take it, Migo. Take it, come on. Take it, pussy. I beat your ass. So with that said, it's important that you know that New York City is just, it's a good place, but now it's officially has so much crime, so much bullshit, that you don't even know what is real or what is not real. So you have to document everything. Just like I documented the other day when I was in the subway. I had to literally, mind you, I went to Long Island City. I was in Manhattan, right? I took the 7 train, right? Took the 7 train, to Court Square to transfer to the G. I take the elevator, right? I take the elevator, right? And the elevator wasn't working. So I had to take all my stuff out of the wagon, walk down the stairs, and then the second elevator wasn't working. And I'm saying to myself, are you kidding me? So I had to literally go out of the turnstile, use that elevator that is working, exit out of the subway, go around to the other exit and explain to the other booth that I had to do this to come around because you have no elevator accessibility. This is heavy. I can't carry this stuff. And you guys want 290? So I was recording it. He sees me recording. I show him my credentials. He's asking me for my Metro card. And I said, but you realize I came from Grand Central, right? That's what I just want to clarify. You can take my Metro card. You can check it yourself. But guess what? He can't do that because guess what? He's customer service. He's not that particular MTA employee. He's just in the customer service. He can't actually run the card. That's why I was like, wait, you are not the person to run the card. You might be an employee of the booth, but you're not going to run the card because you don't have proper identification to run the card. So I just showed him, I showed him and told him I'm recording this for my own purposes. And then the security guy behind the gate opens the gate to someone else, right? As the guy would say, yeah, you can go to the gate. I believe you. I say, thank you for being honest. The guys asked me, am I good? I told him, no, sir. I don't talk to you. I talk to him. He's the MTA employee. You just a security guard that's been hired by MTA to just protect this gate. You cannot touch anyone that actually go through this gate physically. I know your policies. Yeah, did you know that the security in the subway, they're not allowed to touch you or stop you? So I had to tell that young man, this is between me and him, not you, friend. He's the MTA employee. And I walked right through that gate. Talking about, am I good? No, I'm good. Are you good? Pay attention to what's been going on, friend, instead of being on the phone. It's the problem with these security guards in the subway. They're on their phones, not paying attention. You give them jobs, but they still do not want to do their job. They are literally on the fucking phones watching TikTok bullshit. So I do have footage of that. I should upload that. It's about, what, 5 minutes? Yeah, I have. But with that said, everyone, going now. Anyone's going to donate any food this morning. I think this is a lost cause. We got lucky the other night, but we didn't get lucky last night. I don't think we get lucky tonight or this morning either. So I think I'm going to have to go into the city when I go to the courthouse to file my small claims. I'm going to have to walk all the way through Manhattan to find food, which I'm not supposed to be doing that. Because like I said earlier, last night I called my doctor, let them know about the constant chest pains. So I might go into the hospital to check that out because on my right hand side of my chest, it just keeps hurting. It just keeps hurting. Don't know exactly what it is, but I think he knows exactly what it is because as he told me yesterday, if it continues or it gets worse, give us a call again, and if you feel like you want to check in, check in. So I might check in just to make sure that nothing weird is going on in my chest or my heart, because it is my heart that's causing that pain. So it could be just the fact that I'm not sleeping well, I'm not eating well, I'm not eating a lot. We eating every other 2 days. We didn't eat yesterday, right? We might not eat today, but it's like every other day or two we don't eat because mind you, financially we don't have the needs. Mind you, New York City is expensive. Milk is almost $12 in New York City. Yeah, milk is almost $12 in New York City. Unbelievable. In certain places like Whole Foods, $10.59 for milk. I'm like, what? Man, you got, mind you, NyQuil If you watch my Sunday live stream early that morning, we were walking throughout Long Island City. We walked in the Walgreens. NyQuil is $30 for a bottle of NyQuil. Yeah, other brands are $21.99, which is still expensive. Like, this is so expensive. It's expensive. You know why? Because when thieves commit crimes, retail theft, the store or customer, any store, doesn't matter, Foot Locker, Amazon, doesn't matter. If they have to make up for the loss of property that was stolen, so they increase their prices. Same thing with restaurants. When they have to spend more money on inventory, they have to either lay off someone or increase their prices. So Walgreens and any other retailer, including like Foot Locker, the Foot Locker that in Manhattan that got mega robbed. If you didn't see that news broadcast, yeah, migrants robbed a Foot Locker. They just raided the place in gangs. They literally like 30 people. New York City is in a disaster state. This is why the governor, mind you, called the National Guard to keep the subway crime under, a certain level, because there are a lot of subway crime. But when it comes down to retail theft, everyone is committing retail theft everywhere. Now stores have to increase their prices because of that retail theft. So now that milk that was like $7.59 now is what, $10.59? It just continues to happen. This is why Walgreens locked up most of their items. Now you have to wait for someone to get the item to you. Same thing in Target. Some items are literally locked up in Target. And mind you, they're talking about locking up everything in Target now because of the retail theft. Walgreens are closing down stores. Starbucks had closed down several locations in New York City because of the retail theft. And people are like, how are they stealing from Starbucks? Well, you know how they got the sandwiches and juices and foods that are on display? That's one way they take items from Starbucks. Another is when you order and place an order online to get picked up, your order might not be there because some homeless or some migrant or someone was being such rude to you, decided to take your beverage. That's retail theft. But also, the Astro Place location of that Starbucks here in Manhattan, it's the most famous one in Manhattan. It's been there for 30 years. Finally closed their doors due to the homelessness, the violence. Yeah, it was just a fucking camping site for homeless people. It smelled pretty bad. The bathroom was disgusting. Yeah, it was a bad Starbucks. They closed down the one here in Williamsburg too because of the same problem. Retail theft, homelessness problems, migrant issues, kids not going to school, kids smoking in the bathroom, kids having sex in the bathroom in Starbucks. And we caught that twice. We witnessed that twice in Williamsburg. Firsthand, last year, remember that, guys? If anyone's a regular to this channel, that Williamsburg Starbucks, we caught kids having sex in the bathroom when they're supposed to be in school. It was disgusting. I was like, oh, you're doing this at mind you, this is like 10:42 a.m. Me and this other guy and the woman that works here, she said, what's wrong? I was like, the kids are in the bathroom together. She goes, oh no, they're having sex. I'm like, yes, they are. I just saw, yeah. Mind you, this is how I walked in and they forgot to even lock the door. How you forget to lock the door? Mind you, the door is open, so when you press the code, when you enter the code, you should have heard the code. But no, they were too busy, And I entered the code, I opened the door, and there they were. The police came, they was like, did you win it? Yeah, I did, man. That's that's disgusting, man. This is a fucking business. This is not their fucking apartment. And watch when school starts again. They're going to have Starbucks again. Long Island City is going to see it. Oh yeah, Christina's not playing this year. Yeah, Christina from the other Starbucks, she's not playing this year with the kids. She's going to ask the kids, if you're not a customer, we're going to ask you, you have a half hour, we're going to ask you to leave. We're Because the problem was last year, when there was school in session, kids never wanted to go to school. They were just hanging out in Starbucks. And then you had customers that were customers that were looking for a seat to do their work, and turned out that they couldn't even do that because the kids were sitting in Starbucks not going to school during the day, during the morning hours. While other people and other adults have to work and pay their bills and do work online, these kids are taking up that space. Smoking in the bathrooms. It's just not necessary, friend. But these are the problems in New York City. But I'm going to get going, everybody. You guys take care of yourself. You guys want to support the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. You guys want to support the channel financially. You want to find me breakfast other than, you see, there's no food. You guys want to get me breakfast? There's a PayPal, which you don't need a PayPal account to sign up for. It's open to anyone to donate. There's a Cash App and a Venmo. Other than that, you guys take care of yourselves. See ya.